Here before you is the Huawei Mate 9. Now, this is a device that came out earlier this year. Actually, it was released in January of 2017. And so it's been out for a little while. And I want to make this video about this phone because someone asked me if I felt like the Huawei Mate 9 was still relevant in 2017. And we all know that in the world of smartphones, new phones are coming out all the time. And, one phone can be new and hot and exciting, one week. And, it'll have its quick 15 minutes of fame and then something else will come out and then it just gets shoved to the back burner like it never existed. And so, for a lot of the people that don't need to have the latest and the greatest, I mean, you really can get your hands on some really good deals on some great quality smartphones. Now, this phone, like I said, it's been out since January and the asking price was $599, which I thought was a little steep. And so because of that, I just never picked it up. But it's interesting that I was buying phones that were more expensive than that. And so, yeah, I could have very easily got my hands on this phone as well. So basically, I slept on this phone. And I don't even know why, because I was a huge fan of the Honor 8. And, with what, Huawei did with Honor on the Honor 8. And so one would have thought that, with the experience that I had with that I would have jumped all over the Mate 9 when it came out. But here it is, July. I've had it for about a week and a half, and I am absolutely blown away. I have to say that this phone, in my personal opinion, has to be the most complete package that's been released in 2017. And we've had some good ones be released. We've had some heavy hitters, the G6, the S8, the S8 Plus, the HTC U11, the new OnePlus 5 is out. Those are all great and fine and everything. And I'm pretty sure, a lot of those phones that I haven't got my hands on are great devices. The ones that I have got my hands on are great devices. But it's interesting, no phone is perfect. And every phone has its flaws. And so in my opinion, I feel like the Mate 9 here is as close to perfection as you can get in 2017. Okay, let me explain to you why. For one, you can get this phone on sale right now for $499 at Best Buy. Like, I've never seen this phone on sale. Never seen it on sale. I went to pick it up and I was expecting to pay the regular price, and they rung it up and it was $100 cheaper than what I was expecting to pay, which, man, that's solid. For this particular package at $499, my goodness, man, that is an absolute steal. Now, here's why, in my opinion, this is the best, most complete phone in 2017. Okay. You've got a full 5.9-inch full HD 1080p by 1920 pixel display. The display is absolutely gorgeous on this device. It doesn't have to be 4K, doesn't have to be 2K or Quad HD or whatever. I don't need all that. Just give me a nice looking 1080p display and I'm a happy camper. The Mate 9 provides me with this. Okay. It's got a high silicon Kirin 960 processor, which is equivalent to the Snapdragon 835 processor. Some may argue that it may be a little closer to the Snapdragon 821, but I disagree. You know what I mean? If you look at the benchmark scores, I mean, it's pretty, it may not be right there with the 835. It's slightly underneath it, but I round up. You know what I mean? So, the performance that you get with this phone and this processor is going to be pretty damn similar to the 835 processor. Not to knock the 821 and the 820, because those are still powerful processors and they'll definitely do the job. Okay. You get 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of onboard storage that is expandable up to 256 gigs. Okay, we've got Corning Gorilla Glass here on the front, Corning Gorilla Glass 3 for protection. On the back of the device, it's a full metal unibody display. Okay, it's built very durably. It's built with the most premium materials. It feels really good in the hand, even though it is a big phone. The edges are curved in the back, as you can see with the little plate that I got. It kind of curves to the sides, so that it's easy to hold, even though it's a big phone. Again, I've got small hands, but I'm very comfortable with holding this device. It doesn't feel like it's going to slip out of my hands or anything of that nature. Okay, now fresh out of the box, we're running Android 7.0 Nougat. We've got a pixel density of 373 ppi for our Outtakes. We've got dual stereo speakers that sound amazing. Amazing sound quality from this phone. We've got two of the best cameras, front and back, that you can ever get on any smartphone. The front facing camera is an 8 megapixel shooter. The rear facing camera is a dual 20 megapixel with a 12 megapixel Leica lens camera. Now I'll explain the details about the camera here in a second. So just really quickly, another thing that I like about this device as to why I feel it's one of the most complete packages is because of, when you know, for one, the presentation, the way that it's boxed in. You know, the box is very attractive. When you open the box, you get the phone, you get the screen protector, you get a set of headphones, you get a case or this little back plate that's on the device right now. And you can see it's got these little bumpers along the edges just to be able to sustain the phone against drops. Now, I would recommend getting a third-party case to put your phone in, but it is nice that Huawei was thoughtful enough to include all these things in the box. So, you know, at $499, you're getting everything. You know, you don't need anything else. You know, this phone is the total package. So again, between, you know, the build quality, the cameras, the dual stereo speakers, I mean, you know, the processing power, you know, the storage, the ability to expand the storage. It's got an IR blaster. I mean, it's got, you know, Type-C connectivity with quick charge. I mean, this phone has everything. I mean, they didn't leave one thing out. I mean, Huawei, they really hit the nail on the head with this particular device. Now, just to take a quick peek at it, okay? We've got the receiver right here, which is one speaker. We've got an LED notification light here in the left corner. Here's our 8 megapixel sensor. Here's our 5.9 inch Full HD 1080p display. We've got Huawei branding here on the bottom. To the right of the phone, we've got all the buttons on the right side. So this is exactly where your thumb would be sitting if you're holding this phone. We've got the power button right here. We've got the volume rockers right here. The buttons are nice and clicky. Nice tactile response. To the top of the phone, we've got an IR blaster, which is huge. We've got a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. To the left of the device, we've got the SIM tray. This does support dual nano SIMs, or you can have your SIM card. Video cut off. It said I ran out of space on my SD card, and I thought I cleared some things to make space. But anyway, what I was saying was this is where you can put your nano SIM card, and you do have the ability to put in an SD card up to and expand the memory up to 256 gigs. Now, on the bottom of the device, we've got another noise canceling microphone right there. And I think just for the purpose of looks, cosmetics, they put the little grills right there to make it look as though the dual speakers on the bottom. But this is just a noise canceling microphone, and this is the actual bottom firing speaker. We've got a Type-C connector right there. So the receiver, you get your dual stereo speakers. You got one in the receiver here, and you've got one here on the bottom that's bottom firing. And let me tell you, these speakers absolutely rock. I mean, I've got them turned down so low, and they have huge. Matter of fact, here, let me show you real quick. Go to my options. Go to sounds and volume. Look at where my volume is. My ringtone, media, alarms, and call. I mean, the speakers are so rich, loud, and clear. The ringtone volume being where it is sounds like it's all the way on maximum. Okay, I could leave my phone on one end of the house and be completely on the other end of my house and hear this phone ringing or hear my text notifications going off with zero problems whatsoever. I mean, the speakers sound amazing. And even when you do turn it up, I mean, there's no distortion. It sounds nice and clear. I mean, you're really going to get a good stereo speaker sound experience from this device. I mean, again, Huawei, they thought of everything with this particular phone. Now, moving around to the back of the device, we've got a little noise canceling mic here right on top of the camera there. We've got our fingerprint sensor right there, which you do have fingerprint gestures. I mean, so you can bring down your notification shade with your finger. If you're in the photo gallery, you can swipe photos back and forth just by swiping left or right. I do like that option. Now here is the dual Leica lens camera. Now look, I got my cheat sheet right here. Let me read off the specs of this camera. And I'm telling you guys, man, I have taken some amazing photos with this camera. I mean, it's like the default setting is the bokeh effect. Like you focus on something in the viewfinder, you take a picture, and it just automatically blurs out everything that's in the background, and it just does it so beautifully and perfectly, and just completely hones in on what it is that you're trying to capture. And it is crystal razor sharp clear. Colors are true to life, realistic looking. I mean, it's amazing. You know, I'll upload some photos and some video footage so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I just want to read off to you. I got my cheat sheet right here. The specs of this camera. Okay, where's it at? Camera. Where is it at? Okay. Here we go. All right, y'all. So the primary camera right here. All right. It's a dual 20 megapixel plus 12 megapixel camera. F2.2 27 millimeter lenses, optical image stabilization, 2x lossless zoom, Leica optics, phase detection, and laser autofocus, dual LED dual tone flash. The features: geotagging, touch focus, face smile detection, panorama, HDR, video 2160p at 30 frames per second, and also 1080p at 30 and 60 frames per second. As I mentioned, the secondary camera, which is the front facing selfie camera, is an 8 megapixel. That is an f1.9 aperture with a 26 millimeter lens, and you can record in 1080p with the front facing camera. And so, as I mentioned, you've got dual stereo speakers, active noise cancellation with dedicated mic. We do have NFC, IR blaster. I mean, the phone has just got everything, man. Now, I know a lot of people, they don't like the EMUI 5.0. I have no problem with the EMUI 5.0 skin over Android that Huawei possesses. I mean, it's different. I like the way that it looks. As you can see, the phone is just buttery smooth swiping apps. I do got a bunch of apps open all at the same time. There's excellent RAM management. You know, there's never any lag, never any hiccups. You see how it's just breezing through the apps as I scroll through them. When I touch it, it just goes right to it. Very little time to have to load things back up. Let's go to Google Docs. You see, it just pulls that right up. Opening apps. And I am connected to my T-Mobile 4G network right now. I'm not connected to Wi-Fi. So, let's see, go to Spotify. Just opens that right up, and let's just go to some more content heavy apps like my Dropbox. Just goes right in Dropbox. Let's see, let's go to Google Photos. It just goes right into Google Photos. It's my home security system, the Canary. Load a little bit. Okay, just go right into that. It just handles everything with zero problems. Go to Netflix. Okay. No, thank you. Just pulls Netflix right up with no problems. This phone is a monster, y'all. You know what I mean? It really is. I mean, it's an absolute beast. Go to the Bible app. You already know. Let me get that verse of the day for you guys. Okay. Boom. All right, go ahead and pause that so you guys can get that word up in you. All right. Now, with the display, again, this is Android 7.0 Nougat. I mean, so when you swipe down, you do have all of your notifications and your quick toggles. If you swipe down again, this is where you can go to customize all of your toggles. You know, you guys are familiar with that, I'm sure. And like I said, with the fingerprint sensor here, you can use your finger to swipe down on it, which I am doing, and it's not working. There we go. Okay, so I just brought down the notification shade, swipe it back up. Now, if I go into my gallery, I'm looking at photos, I can use my finger, swipe left, all right? And these are some of the photos that I took the other day on my wife's birthday. And these are some stunning photos that I took, but I'll upload those so you guys can get a better look at them. You know, it's just kind of hard to see the overall quality and detail by looking at it through the lens of the G6 here. Shout out to the G6 crew. But yeah, when we go into settings, you just got all your typical settings, you know, all your network settings, home. So you do have the option to have a standard, which is no app drawer, or you can choose to have an app drawer. So they do give you the option to do that. Let's see, any additional features, advanced settings. I mean, this phone, it just has so many things that you can get into and do and customize. You know, it is an Android device, so for those of you that don't like the EMUI 5.0, I mean, you can customize your launcher. So yeah, I mean, the phone is it's got everything. It literally has everything that you can want and imagine in a smartphone. Okay, long press on the screen there, you can change your wallpaper widgets, you can change your transitions. I mean, you know, for those of you that are into that kind of thing, just to personalize your phone, you know, more so, so that it's not, you know, like everyone else's devices. And I like that. I like the fact that there's tons of features and options with this phone. And yeah, I mean, it's just, it's the total package, y'all, you know, in my opinion, in my personal opinion. So, is the Huawei Mate 9 still relevant in 2017? In my opinion, I think that this is the best phone that was released in 2017. The best phone that was released in 2017. The price is right. The phone is right. The specs are right. The features are right. I mean, you're getting everything. You're getting killer cameras. You're getting dual stereo speakers. You know, you're getting excellent build quality. You're getting a big full 1080p display. Everything looks sharp, crystal clear. You know, you're getting that high silicon Kirin 960 processor, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of onboard storage, Type-C connectivity. Oh, that's another thing real quick before I close out the video. It's got a 4,000 milliamp hour non-removable battery. You're talking about all day battery life. The battery is a beast on this device. I've taken it. A lot of times when I look at the battery life and I talk about it, I always like to bring up my job. You know, I work in a hospital, in an ER actually. And, you know, I work 12-hour shifts and, you know, those are long days. And a lot of times, you know, I get, you know, lots of text, you know, a lot of you guys, you know, on YouTube, when you guys send me messages, I have it set up on my phone just to come to my phone, just like a text message would, which is why I'm able to, you know, respond to you guys so quickly. So just between messaging, actually getting phone calls, you know, when I'm on my lunch break, that's usually when I'm using my phone to look at video content on YouTube. You know, I stream music on Spotify. I mean, you know, I can do all those things. And I can do all those things heavy and still have excellent battery life. I mean, the other day I was at work and I was just really just honing in on the device. I mean, just messages, you know, Spotify. You know, I was watching content back to back on YouTube. And at the end of the day, when I came home and at the end of the night to put my phone on the charger, my battery still was at like 55%. You know what I mean? At like 10 something at night, but I had taken it off the charger at 6 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? I mean, the battery is a beast on this device. And again, I mean, you know, you got that Type-C connector that does support Quick Charge 3.0. I mean, so the phone, the battery, I mean, it charges extremely fast. So, I mean, you got everything with this device, everything that you can want and need. You got everything within the device that you're going to need. It's a it's an excellent performer. It's got all the features and functionality that you can ever want in the phone. It's got excellent cameras. You're going to take some of the most stunning photos that you've ever taken with this phone. Okay. And then when you get into the box, you know, I mean, it comes with everything, a screen protector, a case, you know, you get everything. And now if there's some aftermarket things that you want to get for the phone, then yeah, you're responsible for going to pay for those things. But I mean, Huawei made sure that you had everything that you needed in this box with this particular device. So when I say this is the most complete package that's been released in 2017, I'm not only just talking about, the phone and what it houses and how it performs. I'm also talking about how the phone was delivered, how it was packaged, everything that comes along with the phone to make it just, it's just everything that you need. That's what I'm talking about, man. There's no reason why I could pay $879 for that Sony XZ Premium and get nothing but the doggone phone, and still have to worry about going out and shopping for screen protectors and cases and all this other. Come on, that's nonsense. This is $499 and you get everything. Fingerprint sensor, IR blaster, dual speakers, killer cameras, high silicon Kirin 960 processor equivalent to the Snapdragon 835, buttery smooth processing, Android 7.0 Nougat fresh out the box. Everything that you want and need for $499 here with the Huawei Mate 9. I'd recommend this phone to anybody. Y'all quit sleeping on this Mate 9, man. Go pick this joint up. I guarantee you will be extremely impressed. Those of you that have this phone, let me know what your experience has been. If you're interested in it, I'm always willing to talk about it. You know what I mean? But if you're wondering whether or not I could suggest this phone to you, the answer is hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hell to the hell yeah. Triple hells on that one. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about right here. This phone has been out since January, so it's been out a little while, which is why somebody asked me, do I think it's still relevant in 2017? Got a lot of good phones coming out in 2017. I got my hands on, the other day I was in the Sprint store messing around with the BlackBerry Key 1 because it's being sold exclusively at the Sprint store. And the Motorola rep happened to walk in. And I was like, hey, man, would you happen to have that Moto Z2 Force on you? And he was like, yeah, pulled it out of his pocket. Dope phone. $799. $799. I don't think there's any phone out there that's worth that kind of money, man. When you can get phones like this for $499, even the regular price for this phone, $599. That's still a damn good price. Some people may feel as though that's too steep, and I get it. It's still $600, which is what I'm saying. If you want to buy this phone, take advantage of the sale. It's on sale right now at Best Buy for $499. $500 for this device. Come on, man. This phone's got everything. Everything. This is by far my favorite device right now, man. My favorite device right now. And for me to say that, like I said, being a reviewer, I get my hands on phones all the time, man. I ain't in love with these devices, man. Y'all get caught up in the hype. I get excited to get my hands on these phones because I love doing this and I love tech and I love, checking out the new innovations and see, what tricks and gimmicks, these OEMs got up their sleeves to try to get us to spend our money. Yeah, I find that exciting. But trust me, in a few days, the thrill is gone for me. The thrill is gone because there's so many other phones that are out that I may want to get my hands on or that I may want to focus attention upon. This Mate 9, man, like I said, I've had this phone for about a week and a half. As far as getting other phones in my hand to use, oh man, I ain't even been worried about it, bruh. I ain't even been worried about it, man. But being a reviewer, I gotta keep it popping, man. I gotta keep it going, yeah, man, this phone is dope, man. $499 right now at Best Buy. Is it still relevant? Yeah. Pristine. Told you. Yes. This phone is still relevant in 2017. I don't give a damn what's out. I don't give a damn what's getting ready to come out. This phone is a beast and it can stand toe to toe with all of them. All of them. You know what I'm saying? All of them. Talk to me, man. Let me know what y'all think about this video. If you found it informative in any way, shape, or form, hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button, like, share, and subscribe. If you have not already, to expose yourself to a vast array of videos that I've done like this one. I've reviewed some great devices. Stay tuned because there's going to be much more reviews to come. I'm going to have tons more footage, coverage, different phones coming out, some of the hottest devices, budget and flagship. You'll find them right here at Pristine Mobile Tech. Until the next video, y'all, you already know, man. Please stay safe, get spiritually fit, get your life right with Christ. It's never too late, man. God is always ready to start over, always, no matter what you've done. He's already died for your sins. You know what I mean? All you got to do is call on him, accept him as your Lord and Savior, and just sit back and allow for him to transform you. You'll be solid, no matter what you got going on. Stay in prayer, get spiritually fit. All right? This is the Huawei Mate 9. I'm your man, Pristine. Catch y'all in the next video. I'm gonna roll it on over to the still shot photos in the video that I took of this camera, just so that you guys can get an idea of what this camera is possessing. It's got all the features that you want, need, pro mode, beautification, tons of different features and things that you can tweak to really customize it. Again, it's got that dual Leica lens camera. The camera's amazing. I mean, I just don't have words to describe some of the images that I took with this phone, but you guys are getting ready to see, so stay tuned for that, and let me know what you guys think about the Huawei Mate 9. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace. What's going on, y'all? This your man Pristine, back with a quick video with the front-facing selfie cam of the Huawei Mate 9. Oh my goodness, man, it's hotter than a motherboard. Shut your mouth. Woo, nigga, devils out here doing the two-step. You know what I'm talking about? You can get your two-step, man. Woo, it's blazing out in this joint. But anyway, all right, 8 megapixel selfie cam on the front, on the 8 megapixel selfie camera on the Huawei Mate 9. We've got optical image stabilization on board. I mean, so if you do have a very shaky, you know, unsteady hand, worried about your video being blurry, don't even trip, because the OIS got you, baby. I'm gonna just go ahead and stroll with it, you know what I'm saying? You know, you can see stuff in the background moving further away, little trees and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Strolling with it, right? You know what I'm saying? Just getting, you know, get my stroll on. Beautiful day here in Seattle, Washington, you see what I'm saying? Get my stroll on, y'all. Hold up. This camera's dope. I mean, it's got the whole package. You know, you've got a ton of features and everything that you know, could possibly want to customize, you know, the video or the selfie that you want to get, you know, just to really get that shot that you want, or that video footage that you want to get. I can't say no more about this camera, man. This camera's dope, man. That's the only way that I can describe it. It's dope. It is dope. It's one of the best cameras on any smartphone, in my personal opinion. If somebody asks you who told you, tell them Pristine told you. Look at them in the eye with conviction. Look at them in the eye and tell them Pristine told me this camera was dope. So therefore, it is dope, y'all. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think of the front-facing selfie camera of the Huawei Mate 9.